Okay, so the next step is let's talk about editing the home page. So let's take a look at the home page, and this is what it looks like right now. And this area right here will be the video, so don't change that. But you can change these sections here. This is kind of a preset sign up link, so don't change that. But you can also change this as well if you need to. So let's take a look at how to do that. All right. So if we look in pages, the home page is actually named that. Let's find it. It's right here. Okay, so that's the page we're looking at right here. So let's just go to edit. And depending on how quick your internet is, the default editor will load. But you really want to be working in the Fusion Builder. You can work with either one, but this is really the best. Make sure this is up, okay? And you'll have a option to go back to the default or go back to the Fusion. Now, I would stay with the Fusion because that's really, unless you know code, that's really the way you're going to work. So let's take a look at how this corresponds to the home page. Okay, so if we look at the home page, this part, the navigation, and this part, the slider, are preset. So you won't be messing with those too much. But if we look back, the next thing that comes in the page are these two lines, the logo and this line. Well, if we look here, you'll see here I have these containers, and the containers are holding these elements. I have a line and a line and a logo. Okay, so if you wanted to change the line or logo, you could go in and edit that area just by clicking that and just kind of going through and setting some of these. But at the moment, they're just kind of set up as default, so I would just kind of leave them like they are. But let's say that you do want to change some of the content here, okay, in these four boxes. You'll find those right here. It's content boxes, layout icon, title, 4 columns. So that makes pretty much sense. So let's go into there. And whenever you want to edit let's go back here. Whenever you want to edit content, now you'll see I have a full width container that's holding it inside the page, and then I have this, the content boxes. So the content boxes are inside the full width container. So we want to edit these boxes. You don't want to edit the container that's holding it into the page. So we're going to go here and edit these content boxes, and let's take a look. Maybe there we go, and kind of leave these set to default. I have them set to 4 because it's 4 columns. You can set it to 3 or 5, or you have an option of going that many, but I've set them up to kind of look the way they do. Content aligned left, meaning text is justified left, title size, colors. You'll see how this relates to the color of the title and the subhead, and so that's what we have here. Okay, but the content is down here at the bottom. Okay, so here are our boxes. Here are all 4 boxes, and if we look inside here, you'll see here is my subhead, which is right here. That's my headline right there. Okay, and then if we page down, don't worry about any icons. I don't usually use those. You can do put some other settings on this. I wouldn't mess with that too much unless you want to get really crazy and experiment. I'll show you how to do that here in a bit. But here is the content in that box. Okay. Here in the content boxes, you have 2 ways to edit. Now, text is going to be straight HTML. You probably don't want to be working in that. I would go to Visual, and it's going to kind of show you here's a line, and then the subhead that is bold, and then here is my content. And don't worry about any of this other below this right here. You'll see here is the content, and then I have this code right here. Now this code right there is this button. Okay, so really you want to work with this area, and this button is linked to that page. If you look down here at the very bottom, it's linked to the long-term care article. So if I click that, you can see it's going to go to that page. Okay, you can see up at the top here, that's the page it went to. Okay, We'll talk a little bit more about those other pages here in a bit, but this is the home page, remember, okay? So don't mess with the button, okay, because that's kind of, let's go back to the home page here. That is where you're going to click to go to the different pages, okay? So if we look at that one more time, okay, you'll see you have control over this, that line, this subhead, this content, but don't change the button. So you have 4 columns. Each one has its own content, and that's where you go in and edit that. Now, below that, I'm going to just close out. Below that, you'll see this. This is to click to sign up. Don't mess with that. But if you want to change this content, you'll see that it's down here. Okay, so that tagline box is the sign up for either the newsletter or the seminar. But here you'll see that I have a full width container holding it in. There's the picture box. We look. There's the picture box, and then here is the content for that. Okay, so remember, we're not editing the container, we're editing what's inside the container. So if you wanted to edit that content, you could go right here, and you'll see that I have a headline. Now that headline is specified with H1. If you're in the visual, that's how we want to kind of indicate any type of headline. The subheads are a heading 4 that are bold. It should be bold. And then the content is paragraph. Okay, so that's kind of the default setting for your website. We have a headline for H1 or a heading 1. The subhead is a heading 4, and then the content is a paragraph. And then I have this link. Okay, it's also a paragraph. And what that's doing is it's linking it. You'll see right there. It's linking it to the seminars and webinars page by. If I click there, there's the link, okay, and here is the link text, and I'm not opening it in a new tab, so we stay inside the current website. So that's how you pretty much edit the home page, and all other pages are going to be similar. They're going to have these content boxes, and we'll talk a little bit about those after you kind of go through and mess around with this a little bit. Now, what you might want to do, not saving any changes there, so anytime you make changes, you want to make sure you update. But if you want to go in and create your own home page and kind of mess with it, I'm going to go ahead and clone this page. Okay, you can do it with any of these. I'm going to clone that page, and basically I'm just creating a copy. So what we'll have is a clone page here, and I'm going to edit that. And you can go in and mess with this one. Don't mess with the other one. But and we're going to call it. I'll call it home practice. Okay. Now what this is, you can go in and just kind of play with this one. Okay. So I misspelled that. Let me go back in and edit that. So on this one, you can go in and just kind of play with it and kind of mess with it. Just do not mess with the other home page unless you're just doing the content, because it's kind of set up until you get real comfortable with what you're doing here. So if we go back to pages now, you can see we have 2 home pages. Okay, this is the active one. Don't change that one until you're confident. Go in and just kind of mess with this one a little bit and kind of see how it works. Okay. All right. So try that out. Have fun. Enjoy. Experiment. All right. So let me close this out.